Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name is Joel Duggan, and we are on the Citadel here in West Hill. And we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. Hopefully not with the bridge kicking my butt, but instead with me finishing the design on the bridge. We are just outside of West Hill, going along the Western Ridge Road, I guess we want to call it. We added a little bit to the road yesterday. You can see that from the map. Kind of pushed it through here a little bit, and we were messing around with some of these finer details on these bridge supports, and it's still feeling really chunky for me on the bottom here. I'm gonna try one of these as a 3x3, I think, and see what it might look like. I just get the feeling that these are a little bit too beefy. I like what's happening here. And so I'm wondering if we just took this down to a 3x3, if that would be enough. I think it would still stick out enough here. So let's start with that. And just make sure I have all the pieces that I need. Scotsman, UK, Dan, Kelbirdie, Obu, good to see everybody. Hope you all are having a good weekend. All right, so stairs, slabs, and full blocks, and that should be all we need. I'm going to grab some walls too. We seem to be liking the cobblestone walls for deep slate. Those look okay, but I think we can do better. So let's just take this one we can see more of. Let's go with how we had it over here, and then let's just hack this off. It was a 3x3. Where would I want the 3x3? I want it there. I think a little bit of space would be good. So 1, 2, 3, and then just destroy all of this. Thankfully, these are not huge, so it's not too much work. And that's not to say that it can't be smaller with a bigger base, you know, like we could always expand it a little bit. I think simple is going to be king when it comes to these. This off too. And just see how that feels. Yeah, I think that's going to feel pretty good. We may not want to have it be quite the same shape. We could also try to continue that wall inside that we like. Where did that go? I want stairs and slabs of those. No, that still doesn't look very good. So I don't know about taking this all the way down. Maybe we just do that. Or I could move it out by 1. And rather than having it be right next to everything, we could try it farther out. I can try that with the other one. One of the techniques I like to do is, especially when you have a symmetrical build, is try one thing on one side and then try something different on the other. I think we should be able to get this. Let's try the same 3x3, but to alleviate the connection problem, we'll put it here. Let's see. I quite like that, actually. I think that it opens up in the same way that we've got like a large funnel kind of up here. This creates like a small funnel. And then I also have things like this. And then we could use maybe those for lights or those blocks, the mini blocks I mentioned. That would be cool too. And then this could run right up into there, which is going to feel like more like a complete design. I'm going to go get those mini blocks while I think about it too. Oh, it's a rough landing. That have? Yes, that has the one that I want. Yep. While we're out here, let's take a look from the air. Just see how this shapes up a little bit better. I like that they're not lined up anymore. I think that could be a good change. And we don't have to do a wall here. We could try something else. Let's move this one. Let's try a stair here. Yeah, because that eliminates the issue that I have with the tangents connecting. And then I've got this other box here, and we do have some of these. Which could look pretty cool here. That could even be, we could even have 3 of them down there. And if we were combining that with some more andesite accents, because I was thinking that andesite would be a good way to decorate this bridge. That could work out. Elkie, hello, welcome in. So that might be a little bit too much, but we could always play around with the proportions and whatnot. We could also try a smooth stone along there too. That could be another thing, because we have those as well. And I did want to try to take some inspiration from the East Bridge, And we used a lot of smooth stone in decorating the east bridge. Easy cure, thanks very much. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's taking a little bit of time. But I think one of the things that I need to kind of establish is just some basic design rules. And then when we apply those to all the different turrets and stuff, I think it should look okay. And I think the more that I see it, the more that I prefer the cobbled deep slate. I think it looks more like a core, like a stone core or something. That's happening. Maybe I've got this backwards. Maybe we have to have the andesite on the midsections. Or maybe it's just the front and the back. Unless I put something here. I think that becomes a little bit too much. That's not bad. That has some cool looks to it. I don't know about the deep slate inside, but I like the vibe up here. And then if we have polished andesite maybe, because this is again how the east bridge was decorated. It's a little fancy. No, I think it has to be brick. This is going to look weird, but we'll give it a go. Not as weird as I thought. Oh, there it looks kind of dumb. I wonder. We could potentially do this all the way around. More of those. And if this is the case, maybe we don't need that. Then it doesn't feel connected. I think I prefer the connection. And maybe we can just use one of these. We'll decide which color we like later. With the full block in the middle, yeah, that's definitely a good look for it. Have andesite slabs? Somewhere I do. I like what I did up there with the andesite on the top, so I'm going to try and copy that a little bit down here. So I like that side better. Just not this part. I mean, we are going to have to consider like textures and stuff like that too. So it's going to look plain for now, but once we add textures, I think I like that better. I think I like it better than having the color distraction. That's not terrible. The other thing we could try is the 4 corners, or 3 corners rather. That's not bad, because this makes sense that it's connected. And then if we have this over here, right? And if we change those to a different texture, we could try that too. I think that helps. Now with this 3x3, the other thing I want to consider is how it's going to look when it connects to the bridge. So here is where I think we need to chop this back. And I think this will be a good thing for the arch underneath the bridge as well. It's going to make the arch stand out more. I think here we can do this. Take these down. Right, and then maybe even here, do the same thing. But then again, I don't know if I like that coming out all the way, so maybe we can just push this all the way back too. And I just cut that out, but I kind of like the idea of having some sort of like base layer or something. So maybe we'll see what this could look like if it has like some sort of foundation. That could be interesting, especially if we have that in here. But then again, we could also make that regular stone too, or even andesite. I think regular stone or andesite is going to be the winner. That's all going to be the same. Throw in a couple of bushes down there and I think it'll look okay. Yeah, I think that still looks like a good solid foundation to like receive some of the weight of the bridge, but it doesn't feel too out of place. That does feel a little bit strange. All right, let's get the polished polished slabs up here. Try this and see. Front runner Jake, hello. I wish we had stairs in Smoothstone. I think I like the simplicity of this a little bit better. One thing I want to try is going with stairs instead. I was trying to think if there would be a way to make this like have some sort of decorative block like lapis or gold or something in it, but it's too shiny for that to work. Where did that go? There it is. Maybe a sea lantern? No, that doesn't really make sense for the way that we've got the world set up, but there's definitely going to be lanterns, and I think we might have to sacrifice these little guys. Probably for lanterns would be my guess. And I think I like the look of the andesite more. Although, if we don't have any other andesite along this bridge, then it's not really going to matter. So, one thing I want to try and look at is that's a slab, that's a full block, but that's a slab again. So I think we can maybe kind of dig in here and do like, that's a full block. Try to add a few decorations wherever there's a slab, as even as the spaces we can figure out. And the only place it's going to look weird is when we have a full block and we can't do it. That's not bad. The other side might look better. A little bit more obvious too. Castle Lion gifting a tier 1 sub to Don Jenny. Thanks so much. Well, you can see those better. And hear the zombie in the cavern following us around. He's been here a while. I wonder if he's got an item or something. Oh, that's the wrong cavern. All right, there was like a cave entrance like here somewhere. Hear him. Where are you? I know there's a cave in here. I probably filled it in without thinking. With this much mining there is now. Oh, there's a huge cave system that's very thin, like right here, I think. Yeah, there it is. Obviously, we've not lit it up. And I didn't bring any torches. Solve this problem right now. Yeah, I'll try not to die. It's fine. I obviously just missed a couple of spots with these torches. On the other side of the wall somewhere. This is mostly lit up. Yep, I say I've gone down that way. Brings back memories whenever you go rushing around a cave. Early days of Minecraft. Oh, the joys of caves and caves. This isn't even caves and cliffs terrain either. This was like generated in 116. That's just a natural Minecraft cave. There are, I shouldn't say 116 because I know there's some geodes, so maybe it was 117. What was I doing? So you can see those clearer, but I'm wondering if it would be better to have a clear line. Because one of the things I like about this other bridge, for folks that are new, this is the East Bridge that I'm talking about. And it's very simple, but it has a very clear definition of like the deck of the bridge compared to the rest of it, right? I like this separation. And then we've made this look less bland with like some drainage holes and some texture. So I'm hoping with this new bridge to do something very similar. I don't think I can use smooth stone because we don't have the right options. And the bridge being on an angle is very tricky. But I could probably use regular stone. It's just, it's going to clash with the deck, unfortunately. So if the whole thing was like a top layer of regular stone here, this could look cool from the outside. But then we run into weird problems like that, where it just doesn't quite have the right kind of thickness or whatever. And that could be fixed with like putting those drainage holes in some cases. But I don't know if I like that. And once again, thank you ever so much, Castle Lion 2, for the gift sub to Don Jenny. Don Jenny, make sure you connect your Discord and your Twitch accounts. You can join us in the Discord. Castle Lion has just joined the Discord, as a matter of fact. First impressions, I hope, are good. It's a pretty friendly place, I have to say. All right, so I know I don't like this. And that looks a little bit funky. Should really have another look and work out why you're not in the Discord yet. Scotsman, it should be pretty straightforward of connecting your Discord and your Twitch accounts. It does take a little bit of time. So it could take like half an hour to an hour, depending on how twitchy Twitch is being on the weekend. Yeah, usually it's just a matter of connecting those two accounts. And then it's not an automatic invite like with Patreon. You have to look for the Joel Duggan Discord in your options. Sorry, in your Discord options, then look for the Joel Duggan Discord in your connections tab. Matthew, I think that polished basalt is going to be too dark. It could work in something like the core of these towers, maybe. But right now I'm trying to work out like the edge of the deck. And I know I don't like the andesite there, so might as well take this back to where it was. And we might be able to tie these together by putting smooth stone on the top of those. I could also try a different block in here too. Try like maybe regular andesite. That's not terrible. The problem then becomes, what do you do with this side of it, right? So over here, we are back against that smooth stone. We've got that there. And then we've got what, 2 smooth stone and then 2 bricks. 1, 2, 2 bricks. Oh, not right. So yeah, I don't know. I guess if we did this with andesite, we could at least have the andesite end at the stairs. It would give us a cap for it, right? All the andesite I have? No, no, no. We could kind of look like the andesite goes down inside. I just feel like this connection feels a little bit flimsy in a way. So maybe here we do away with that and we added another wall. That or a stair going the other way. That's not terrible. It's not the best. I guess we could try to mirror this. Gives it a very different look though. What if I just push these up higher? That feels a little bit more connected, but still feels like a funny corner there. Which I guess there's really no other way to do it. Other than have it like actually connect there. Today on I work with computers, so clearly I don't know how to use them. Yeah, there's just so many different things that you have to try to connect. The world of streaming and connecting your community and stuff is just, it's an endless, complicated cycle. I'm going to try something else here. I think I've got the right mini blocks. Yes, I don't have quite enough of them, but I've got some. Whoops. And I think we're going to have to make a sacrifice here. Oop, that's not right. That. And then if I grab... Where's my iron box? Are they out here? It is. Three of these in a row seems to be a little bit much. So that's likely how it's going to be lit. We could also put small, like, towers or something. The mini blocks are just a little bit darker than their surroundings, so it's a little bit hard, but this feels very kind of standoutish. We could also put this out here with a light on it if we wanted to. But right now I think that works. I'm leaning on that, but I'll leave it for now. And I think I like that connection better, so we'll just raise this up by a block. And maybe we should continue the line along here. And this could be fun. This could be where we could try to use a little bit of Deep Slate as shadow. I've seen a lot of players do this, and I've not really had an opportunity to do it much myself. A lot of what we built and planned out in West Hill was already done before Deep Slate was added. I'm hoping to do more of this with the keep, which is, I don't know if you can even really see it from here, just the roof of it. But when that gets expanded, it's so tall, I really want to try to use Deep Slate as like shadows. Pixel Riffs is using it to great effect in his, what's it called? Ancient Capital build, right? So it still reads as bricks, but it reads as a lot darker, which I think is cool. Try that over here too. So a way of kind of like forcing a Minecraft shadow, which isn't necessary when you've got shaders and stuff, but when you're just playing vanilla. I need to go get a bucket and finish off that river too. Good Sunday evening, Sandy. Good to see you. Bucket. Man, I burnt my tongue on my breakfast this morning, and I'm mad about it. And it's been like 4 hours. Still mad. First bite, too. So my coffee tastes burnt right now, which I know it's not the coffee. There we go. So it might be a little bit too much of a line there. We might have to continue that down with something else. It's okay. It's not the best. It's not the worst either. We might be able to go with more like a tuff or something underneath there too, like cobblestone or whatever. All right. I think I'm happy with the shape of these now. The textures, we'll have to figure that out. So now I guess we'll go on to the railings. But the first thing I want to do is I want to change all this because I find this very distracting. We were using this to count out the bridge sections, but we no longer need it. And at some point we need to drop down into the bridge and fill it in because it's empty and full of stuff. So we'll just fill that in where we can. Aha, here it is. Yeah, so this is a problem. What we'll do is do stone and dirt probably. That's the tower. Now some of this I don't want to fill in quite yet. Definitely want to fill this in though. This will help if we have to change any textures and stuff later on. Less stuff be dropping in here and disappearing. Sneeze and you bit your tongue, Kel. Oh, that's almost as bad as burning your tongue. I've bit my tongue while eating before, and that's just, I'm not sure why. I just like, my face is just like, I'm so hungry, I have to eat myself, and it's the worst. It really hurts too, because your brain is thinking chew the food, and then all of a sudden your tongue gets in the way. It's like, wait, incorrect. And yes, I could just light it up in here, but that always ends up biting me in the butt later on. I much prefer to fill things in where I can. Now I'll leave a little bit of this connected here. Maybe about like that. And when I finish the other side of the bridge, we'll decide what to do with that clip face. I don't have any torches. Sorry about the dim light on Twitch, but you're not missing much. Filling in the bridge so the trolls can't have a home. Exactly. Who wants cave trolls? Bridge trolls? Cave trolls? No trolls. Although Minecraft would be very cool if they added trolls. I would be on board with the addition of a troll. There was a mod pack we played that had trolls in it. That was cool. Been very tempted to play some sort of modded Minecraft lately, but the series never last. When I do them, I never stick with them because I ultimately find that I'm just wasting time and energy that I could be working on the Citadel. Yeah, see, already this is going to be way easier to fill in because we took the time to fill that part in. Nice. I do like these little highlights. I just wish we could do the whole thing. I mean, I guess we could try it with a combination of large blocks and small blocks. What if I got rid of some of this inventory? Not using cobble right now. Don't need the bucket. Don't need the grass or the dirt. I'm going to grab andesite and put some of this away. So if I was to try and create like an entire, I guess, length of this, then at some point we'd have to switch to big blocks. But then we're stuck with this weird big block with a small block on top of it. And I don't know if that's going to look good. It's just these little connections just don't seem to sit well with me. I mean, I guess we could do a full block the whole way. That just feels very strange. Yeah, I think that's probably what we're going to have to do is just have these little highlights, right? I wonder if I could accent them with something else underneath them, because they are all slabs, which means they will all have a solid block underneath them. And if we do that, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. That feels a lot more intentional. No, I don't like that part there. And then we've got chiseled. Chiseled here. Yeah, so it looks like it's every time it drops, we've got, or every other time it drops, we've got this worked out. Oh, no, it's here. Yeah, all right. Now, how far do these lights help us out? Thankfully, it's only every second platform. So we are definitely going to need lights on these midsections. And then, again, we're going to need some lights probably. My guess would be we're going to have lights kind of like in this sort of area, likely on those, or perhaps even here. We could probably have them there. That would probably be enough. Less bridge, more break. That sounds like the opposite of what I want to do. Thanks, Dan. And actually, before I even sleep, let's just, I'll just step away now. So for folks that are new to the stream, as some of you may be, I take a break once an hour. I usually encourage you to do the same. Grab yourself a drink, snack, even grab a friend. We are always trying to grow the channel. The more eyeballs, the better. So let them know I'm streaming, and we'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. At least with sleeping, the rain goes away. Makes it a lot easier to see what you're doing. Friends have come to join us. Thanks, Kels. Thanks, Andy. And thanks, Dan. Yeah, I'm still not sure what material I want to use here. But I like what we're doing with the slabs, so let's continue that as best we can. It looks a little bit funny on the inside here. Not terrible. And I guess we would do this one. And I guess we'll switch this one. And probably do this side as well. Hopefully this is not overkill, but we'll have to look to see how that fails. So technically it would be that one, but if that's a slab, then that's a full block. I think that's probably the best we're going to be able to do. It feels strange here because they get longer. The bridge decks get to like 3 long in places. So we're a little bit out of sorts there. But it's one of those things with Minecraft where you just kind of have to sacrifice because of the way that you can't put 2 slabs together. We'll just do this. Obviously we have to do the underside of this part as well. I think the advantage of the other side is that it's actually resting on the cliff. Which may be the solution that we have to come up with here too. Now down there, we added a little bit of extra kind of flair with the mini blocks. I wonder if we do the same here. Yeah, so that's all in contact with the cliff side there. So the other side is not, because the cliff falls away much faster. And I think I just need to take a look and see how far down it goes. It looks like it's maybe 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 for a little bit, but then also mostly 4. So this is why I left this empty when we filled it in. Tadpole Milk, hello. 20 months, a tier 1 sub. Thanks so much for renewing that today. Very much appreciate the support, my friend. How was the rest of your stream yesterday? For folks that don't know and were not here, we raided Tadpole Milk yesterday. After my stream. I guess we'll just fill this in with stone. Sure. One, two, three, four, five. One, two, three, four, five. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I might build up the road or the dirt just a little bit more, but other than that, it's not bad. We've got some landscaping that has to happen there anyway. There's the shout out for Tadpole Milk. Thanks for that. Folks, if you're not following Tadpole Milk, please go do so. It's free, helps them out a great deal. One of the best laughs on Twitch, I have to say. And Tadpole, I am sorry that I have not followed up with you about the thing that we talked about earlier this month. I have been very, very busy. It will happen. It will happen. Okay, so I think now we have to look at what's happening in the middle. And I guess for now, we like these slab and polished andesite bits. So we'll do that here. And I guess that has to go on top of this. Now that might make them too tall. We might have to lower those a bit. So it makes them very bright, and it means that we have to change the design of the towers a bit if we keep those. How does this all look from way up here on the West Ridge Road? You can't really see it that well. I don't think I like those sticking out like that, so we're going to remove them. We'll probably use the ones here on the back. The lights. Not bad. I just don't know if I want them that tall. Maybe what we could do is take the whole thing down by a block and a half. Whoa, that is a deep hole. Whoops. Maybe that's what we have to do. Or I don't know, maybe we don't have to do anything here at all. The other thing we could try would be walls. I don't mind the look of that. We might have to mess around with some different texture choices, but love the way the town comes to view as you walk between the towers. Thank you. Yeah, we're doing a lot of work on like reveals and framing. So like a couple of things. This road staircase, road, whatever you want to call it. We're going to have it come up so that you're coming in this way. So you're looking at basically everything, right? And then your attention kind of gets turned towards this. And had I been thinking a little bit more, what I would have done is centered this more to the right, but it's too late now. I curved this road, and I probably should have kept that road straight. You can see it on the map, right? Like I should have maybe had this go a little bit farther south, but whatever, we're here now. But yeah, it is kind of cool how things can be viewed. There's going to be more down here too. It's not going to be just empty, so hopefully it'll look all right. Aldebar raiding with a party of 66 by order of Palpatine himself. Thanks very much, Aldebar. Appreciate the raid. And Viral Porpoise, tier 1 for a lucky 13 months. Thanks so much for the support. Aldebar, welcome in. What were you doing on stream today? Welcome in, Raiders. If you don't mind switching over and watching on twitch.tv/JoelDuggan, we are trying to grow the channel, and that will help put our stream in front of the eyeballs of other people. Removes the raid tag. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. I like the form of it, but you lose the texture. And I'm not crazy about this dark inlay unless we can mimic that in other places. So we'll have to see what we can come up with. We were doing it here on the towers as well. Like one of the things we had thought about doing was having walls in here. We've been back and forth on this a couple times. Ultimately, I find it very distracting. So it doesn't really work. Now, that's not to say we couldn't put it on the sides, right here. So then you wouldn't see it from the approach. You'd only see it when you want it to like match up with this stuff. But if we're dealing with a lot of andesite, I'm also wondering whether instead of having such a dark block in there, whether we'd be better off using some andesite walls instead. Or andesite and cobble. Still get the detail, but less of a contrast. Unfortunately, we're just dealing with a lot of gray. A lot of gray. So I think the main problem here is that this is too tall. If we drop it down, I don't know if we can get away with using full blocks for the smooth stone. Yeah, that to me just looks very strange. We could try just the inside. But even then, it looks weird. And I don't think this is going to look good. $50 shades? I wish there was 50 shades of gray in Minecraft. There's like 4. Yeah, that doesn't look good either. That's a wall or a tower. Right. only other thing I can think of is using stairs. But then it sort of feels like you can fall off, right? It doesn't feel like much of a railing here. So maybe we have to go 1 block taller. But then we're back to this feeling probably too tall. But here we can at least get taller without going the full block on the edge. But then it connects with that. I think I like this if we can swing it, but we don't have those textures in the walls, which is annoying. And that just feels, it's cool, but it just looks like a completely different design. I mean, the alternative, I guess, would be, what if we took this and just put it on the one below, down there? And let's use a different color wall. Oh, I had them on me. It's a little boring coming in, but it would probably look pretty cool coming down from above. Have those match up. I think I prefer the stone brick, actually. What are our other options? Whatever the lightest version of this is. Really? Recipe unlocked? This server deletes our, like, player data all the time. It drives me nuts. We've always got these, like, achievements unlocked. So I don't achievement hunt on the server is because the server just doesn't keep hold of the data, which is annoying. I wanted to try those. And that's really it. Yep. Did I put the other ones away? Oh, the Citadel is a pretty common name for all kinds of stuff in sci-fi and fantasy. That's where I got the idea. The Citadel from Mass Effect. The Citadel Hill here in Halifax. It's just kind of a nice general term. I'm sure it's been used in all kinds of books. Fantasy books. If places are not necessarily called the Citadel, they are certainly called a Citadel at some point. Yeah, so this is too dark. And I don't know, but we'll try this just to see. That's pretty good, actually. I could see that being a thing. And what if this was a different texture? kind of stuck because we've used similar textures on the roads. I don't think I can use these because they're going to be, I want to mirror this up there. Might not be the easiest thing to do. It does look cool. That kind of helps. Why does nobody stream Minecraft in Bedrock? I don't know about no one. You just have to know where to look. I know that Dan would probably know. Some other members of the Spawn Chunks community probably stream in Bedrock, or at least know people that stream in Bedrock. Is it Foxy No Tails? Is that the one of the people that does Bedrock streaming? Doesn't Zloy stream in Bedrock too? Although I guess Zloy does a lot of like marketplace stuff, not necessarily vanilla. So I like this. It just unfortunately gets very repetitive, I think. So maybe we can replace these with the polished andesite. I'm getting a little wrapped up in details before I've really finished the towers, so I'm trying not to get too carried away. That feels pretty good. Remember earlier when I was saying I wanted to try and like add some sort of gemstone or something to these? That's getting there. What's missing is that I kind of want the cap to be a different texture, but I'm really limited on what blocks I can use. I guess we can try to cut it there, maybe? No. I wanted to try and have that have a cap on it as well. So I guess I could do maybe one block below. No, that doesn't really look good, does it? I had such a cool idea for a bridge support tower with this inlay, but I'm really not sure. Clan Inc. There's a lot of people that stream on the Truly Bedrock server. There's a good idea, yeah. I mean, I think they might have left already because it was Bedrock or bust. Foxy's Loy, they do. Okay, so I was right. I confess that even as someone that follows Minecraft professionally and does a podcast about it, that I do not know very much about Bedrock, nor do I know who streams it, because I play Java, I don't tend to watch Bedrock just because it's like it doesn't really matter or I guess appeal for me. Oh, did I put that in the wrong spot? I think I did. Oh no, that's right. That's where I wanted it, I think. Unless this looks better lower. I mean, we can get into all kinds of crazy details here. Attempts to make it look a little bit cooler. That's actually kind of fun. Takes a little bit of the weight off the top of it. Or just add some recess details. Yeah, you know what? I think I like that. All right, we'll roll with that for now. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. It helps kind of tie the towers and these little blocks together too. All right, so now how can we apply some of these cool tower changes to the rest of the big towers up there? So we'll have to do something about that inlay. We're still dealing with a lot of gray. I wonder if we've dropped these down and they're no longer going to be, oops. I wonder if we can switch these. Because I think they're far enough away from each other now that they don't look like they're connected or overdone. We could also just not have these be super special, but yeah, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. All right, well, let's at least put the right top on this one. And walls. I'm on the fence about the top part. I kind of like, it looks great coming down from above like that, but then of course coming up, you can't see anything. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll leave it like that. We'll decide which one I like. Great concrete powder is a little bit too warm. It has like a weird hue to it. There's a possibility that we could put it like kind of like inside the inlay, but then it wouldn't be a half block. It would be like a full block inside. So we'll have to see. And then when it gets down to the water, we'd have to come up with something inventive for that because it obviously would turn into concrete. So, and concrete definitely does not fit. Definitely does not fit. So let's do this one the same way that we did the other one. So we've got two different sides, one with the slabs on the top and then one's without. And we'll just kind of go from there. The slabs help separate them. That's the only tricky thing. It's the only tricky thing. Elkhorn, the 6-month gift subscription from Cosmic Dancer has entered the 6th month. Thanks for renewing that notification, Elkhorn, and thanks to Cosmic for the wonderful gift for Elkhorn. The mighty Elkhorn strikes again. How's it going? Wow, that was the most Canadian thing I've said in a while. How's it going, eh? I don't say eh very much. I will admit to that. But other things I totally hit on a regular basis. Inventory is a mess. Morning adulting is complete. I did a fair amount of morning adulting myself today. After I finished breakfast. All right, let's just shed some more light on the subject here so I can see what's going on. So right now, we're dealing with a fair amount of smooth stone and walls as the decorative stuff. I like what I've got going on with the andesite, but I feel like we need to add some of these slabs into the towers. And I'm wondering if the towers would look good with a stone slab on the top there. I don't like the bricks here. I think I'm going to replace that with stone and compare it to the andesite. And then I don't know about the actual... Sorry about the crappy frame rate here while I walk around with shaders on, but I don't know about this. Like, I don't know whether I want to do the same structure all the way down with just texture to break it up and a gradient, or if I want to do something like this where there's like an outline and then a middle. We've done that on a couple of other spots. Most of the wall is just straight stone. So that's the other thing. We can completely change that. But I like this look sometimes as well. So we've got stone across the top, but then we've got the kind of framing is in brick. And then inside kind of goes with a bit of a gradient. Did the same thing here. I feel like the other towers, this is all andesite. They're not big enough to have these cool corners on it. You can sort of see what I'm going for with the keep renovation there. And everything else I think is just, yeah, cobblestone and andesite. These are wood framed. Yeah, it's tough. Well, let's start with the top. I need more stairs, and that's it. Oh, we'll get to the textures. Right now I'm worried about just the form. So for anybody that's thinking like, you know, I should be adding cracked stone and stuff like that. I mean, you saw the texture work I've done in that little fly around. You know what's coming. But there's no point in putting in all the texture now because it could change, right? If I decide to move a tower a block to the left, if I've textured that already, then I'm mad, right? So the thing about a build this size is that you've got to plan and build accordingly. So thankfully this has got stairs inside, so we don't have to go using scaffolding or anything. So normally I would use andesite here, but I'm thinking of switching to smooth stone on the top to better match the bridge. Oh, not there. Yes, I'm originally from Nova Scotia. Born and raised in Dartmouth, still live in Dartmouth. I lived in New Brunswick for 4 years while I went to school for university, but I moved back, gosh, 20 years ago. But yeah, the only difference right now is like I live downtown Dartmouth compared to living in the suburbs, but that's it. Well, I like the little topper, I think. Maybe not all of them. Maybe we'll just do some. We could also try the andesite as well. This one, I'm not even sure if it's finished. No, the inside does not have anything going on. But at least the andesite's all done. So it's just a matter of changing the top here. Nine is not going to be... no, not enough. Enough to compare and look at, though. So over here, I think we'll try to see what these look like. Fix this up. I'll do this other one from below because the bridge deck is a lot easier to get at. Oh, that's already done. I can't remember what these are called. Pixelris used the name for them in one of his recent videos. I don't remember what they're called. I mean, I know the top part is called the Marlin, but I don't know what the under parts, the ones with the upside down stairs, I don't remember what they're called. Not crenellations, because that's what the whole top of the thing is called. And that and that. Looking forward to getting some different colors up here too. Getting a different roof on the building in between will help with some contrast, and it's all very gray right now, but even just being up here with some of this wood is a nice break visually. Lots of deja vu because of all the curtain wall work that I had to do, all the towers. You get kind of like a muscle memory down on how these things go. You don't have an accent? I do sometimes. I figured East Coast would have a different accent than West Coast. I'm in BC and you sound just like us. Yeah, well, see, so here's the thing. You're right. And I think that the people from BC that come to Nova Scotia also feel at home. But then when you get to, say, someone from Ontario comes to Nova Scotia and they're like, wow, you guys talk funny. You know? And I find that with Nova Scotia, it's less of a heavy accent unless you get into Cape Breton. Cape Breton sounds an awful lot like Newfoundland, and then you start to really, recognize someone from being, from the East Coast. But with Nova Scotia, it's phrases, it's certain words for things. I think I don't know like all the top off my head because I just use them in every day and I don't think anything of them. But then people from Ontario are like, "What are you talking about?" Roostermug, you're from PEI. I didn't know you're Canadian. That's awesome. Do we have any other Canadians in the chat? Because most of the time, because of the spawn chunks, most of the time my viewers are either from the UK, Europe, or US. I don't have a lot of Canadians, or at least known Canadians. Want to sleep, cannot build the bridge in the dark. I spent a few months in Canada. Does that count? I think you'd have to be here a year before we'd accept you as an honorary Canadian. Sorry, Laser Tiger. Sloppy Pecan Pie is a very unique username, and you are in Nova Scotia, but you're from PEI. That's cool. Alberta from Ramune 84 Ramunez. Sorry, didn't see the Z. Call yourselves Blue Necks from PEI. Really? Didn't know that. Good friend of mine from university lives in PEI. Or sorry, lives in New Brunswick, but is from PEI. So I can't decide if I think I like the stone better than the andesite, and I think I like the I think I want to try a mix of smooth stone slabs and polished andesite slabs. And I'm wondering if just these in the middle, this would look good. It's only 4 blocks, might as well test it out, right? Oh, that looks weird. Yeah, that doesn't look good at all. All right, well, let's try. We'll switch this to all smooth stone, and then we'll switch the other side underneath to all stone and see which one I like better. This is the part I think that most people just miss about survival Minecraft, because so many people play and post videos on YouTube that edit all this trial and error out, or they build it in creative first, and so there's no question as to what they're doing, you know. That goes there. Can finish the rest when I'm up top. Oh, do I have andesite walls? I do. So a lot of these little torches around, I've been using andesite walls for the torches, and they look nice up against the brick. I think that's what I used over there. Oh, you can't see. You've never been farther east than Quebec, but you want to visit the East Coast so bad. Well, you're coming up on the best time of year to visit the East Coast. It's still chilly. Like today, it's only like 3 degrees, but in a month or so, it's going to be very nice out here. And I think it's one of the best ways to sell folks on the East Coast. There are things that are not great, like housing prices suck, but not like in the same way that they suck across Canada. It's that they've risen to match what's happening across Canada. The issue, of course, is that income has not. So we're grossly priced out of housing, which is a pain. Let's just throw some slabs in here, at least for now. So this is going to be a standalone tower. I guess we'll have to go up to the top of this to finish this off. And to be fair, I actually haven't been much farther west than Toronto. I've spent time in Toronto and outside of Toronto. I've driven. Well, no, sorry, I have been to Quebec. I did some. It was work related though. How do these look if we leave them like that? I think I prefer them all the same texture. I've been, I did some consulting work in Montreal, but like I flew into the city, I did the work and I flew out. Like I really didn't do much. So I didn't sightsee. So I have not spent that much time in Montreal. But I've never been out west, and I don't have any desire to go out west. If I did, it would be like hiking in BC. But I don't like flying. And generally, if you're going to get me on a plane, I'd want a full kind of like cultural exchange experience. So I'm going to want to go to like, you know, Italy, you know, or UK or London or something. I want more of an international experience if I'm going to bother to get on a plane. Oh, this hasn't been changed. Oh, do I not have any more stone? I don't have any more stone. I've got a couple of friends that have gone out to BC. I had a partner years ago that was from BC. But yeah, it's on my list. Definitely on my list. Whoops, those are not the right blocks. Okay, so that takes care of that. Yeah, the more I look at this, the more I think that having a distinct change in the tower texture here makes sense. So we've got kind of like a basic idea of having the stone bricks be the outside edge, but then have something else happening in the middle. And it doesn't have to be cobblestone. We can maybe come up with something a little bit more interesting. Yeah, I think that's the one thing. Now, the other question is, do we prefer the polished stone slabs on the top or the andesite? Oh, I'm not going to be able to see anything with the sun setting behind us. Hold on. It's not bad. It's just, it's very different. The other option would be the exact same as the wall. And the wall, we don't have polished andesite. We have like regular andesite slabs across the top of the wall. Because to me, they look kind of like shiny, as if the sun has weathered them. So we've got andesite slabs all along here. Like all along here, it's all andesite slabs. So we could try that too. Try a couple of andesite slabs to see which looks better. I mean, I know this is going to look good. It's just a matter of which we like. Dan is saying andesite. Yeah. Yeah, I think the andesite does look a little bit better. I think I like the polished andesite over the regular andesite just to kind of make this build stand out a little bit more. What can we put inside of that tower? Andesite. I've got cobblestone. I did bring some tuff. More breaks, says Dan. Yeah, good call. Good call. So let that sit with everybody. Polished slabs, andesite slabs, or polished andesite slabs. I'm leaning that way, but we'll make a final decision when I come back. I mean, it's not like we can't change them later if something piques our imagination, but once again, taking a break as I should, and you should too. Make sure you get a good stretch in, grab some water, tell a friend about the stream. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hello, Enderman. 2 of them? That's right. 3 of them. No. Just 2. I saw a cow in the distance. I was like, oh, there is 3. That's bananas. I guess we need more streetlights out here. 2 creepers. I guess we're just far enough away in that AFK spot. That's an issue. No one else lurking around here. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Cal. I don't trust that creeper. Anybody else? No one else lurking around. No trolls under the bridge. Just Enderman. Alright, so I know that I like that. I don't know if I like the columns. We might actually try to go with something completely different. It would be nice if we could try to work in something up here with the wall pieces. I don't know how we would do that. But let's take a look. We've got tough andesite, cobblestone. Someone mentions polished basalt, but I think that's going to be too different to everything else because it's attached to the curtain wall. I kind of want to see what we can come up with. I need some more stone too. Let's try no framing on this one. We'll just go straight wall and see what we can come up with. Oops. Let's switch these around. And then we'll start to bleed into some andesite. And then on top of that, we'll move into regular stone. And we'll probably have to do a little bit more work to space this out, but for now. It's difficult when you've got a short tower, so this side will probably be a lot easier than the other side. The other side is very short. Now the challenge here, of course, is that then we don't have much to differentiate the top here. This might not be the final choice. So, first crack, we'll back up and see what it looks like. Not terrible, right? Like, Having it rough when it touches the cliff seems okay. That piece might need to get moved around a little bit. But overall, a decent take. It does make this feel very, very bland at the top. But we could work in a little bit extra andesite going higher and potentially add in like a window or something to break it up. Now on this side, if we just did straight filler here and leave the edges. So let's not do cobblestone. Let's go andesite. And then we'll start to work in maybe some cobble here and there on a much more sparse kind of way. Yeah, outside of changing this, I don't really know what's the best way to do this. This also needs to have a way to get up inside of it, so we have to think about that too. And right now, it looks like we're going to have to go in through here. So these were premature. M-Dog, subscribing at tier 1 for 20 months. Thank you so much, M-Dog. Happy Sunday. Been loving how the outside of West Hill is coming along. Well, thanks very much. Very much appreciate the support. I'm just going to lay down bricks in here for now. Whoops. And I want to say about here. Yep, it's one of these two. One of those two spots will do it. Now, how did I go out here? We started off on the outside on one block of a stair, and that should be how this lines up. Yes, okay, so we can just do the opposite on this side. Stairs, trapdoors, slabs. And that gets us up high enough so that when we come back around, we're over the door, which is nice. And then up here, and get rid of some of this. I don't remember what I did on the other side. Either a slab or stair. Probably an upside down stair. So it's a nice sturdy little staircase. We will obviously finish this up once we decide that it's final. Get up here and defend the tower. Yeah, the more I look at these, the more I think I might want to go with a smoother tower. I don't know if I like this. I'm not sure what you want to call it. Framing bit. We can still put bits of stone bricks in there, similar to what we've done here, you know? So that could help too, right? Like we could come up here and to help, you know, define a corner or whatever, we could throw in like a brick there. Although that makes this harder, this andesite thing. Oh, I had a brick there somewhere, didn't I? What about here? Try to put textures next to other spots where they butt up against the top, maybe? I don't know. Not feeling the best. Maybe the thing to do is just do complete stone first, and come back and add the texture in after the fact. I don't know. I guess it does have a nice definition on this side, though. That's the only thing. With more like andesite and cobble happening. Oh, that was supposed to stay, wasn't it? Whoops. All right. So put in a little bit more cobblestone here. So that's the framed look, but I think these are just a little bit too small for that, maybe? I'm even wondering about this just being too much. You know, sometimes simpler is better. We'd have to change this, I think. We did that. Have to switch to that. Yeah, you know, I think if we switch this over to having the polished andesite on the top, I think that could be the way to go. The lesson I keep on learning in a lot of these big builds is sometimes you think it needs to be complicated, but then the simpler you make it, the more it tends to work. Where did they go? There. Oh, I did use a trapdoor there. Plus, when we change these, it'll make the floors inside seem more consistent because they are stone bricks, and then we've used stone as the walls. Oh, missed a couple. You've always built small, so it's hard to transition mentally. Yeah, I had to really retrain my brain on some of these builds to build a lot bigger. Especially watching folks like Germsy Boy when I was on The Realm of Vastin and Mythical Sausage and Whip. They build quite large. Quite large. And I think by leaving this other house thing in between as brick, I think that will help define the tower. It makes me want to change this tower in here to smooth stone, like a regular stone, just to kind of see what that looks like. Because I think that could help. But I think I need to go get more. Yeah, I think I'm really low. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, I've certainly made more progress today than than I did yesterday. I have another stone box over here. I might. Nope. Should have emptied my inventory a bit before I tried this, but whatever. Actually, let's just do this. Problem solved. Yeah, the more I look at that, the more I like the smoother tower. So we'll go up here inside of it and get rid of all of the stone that's left. Oops, that's a stair. I think that's good. I'll sort out what's happening with this next. Oop. Not from down there, I won't. Yeah, the scale that I think the biggest thing about the scale with Whip and Mythical Sausage is that their roofs are massive. Like their roofs are 13 blocks tall, and it's akin to something that I've talked about before on the channel, which is looking at the concept art or the graphical assets for mobile games or top-down isometric games like city builders and stuff, and the roofs on those things, especially anything that's cartoony, is super exaggerated because you need to be able to identify that building by the roof design. Oops. I think I like it better with just a simple line across the bottom. Try to make them a little bit different so they're not exactly the same on both sides. I think I'd want that to be higher. Get rid of all of this. It does take longer, you know, when you're kind of like doing the sketch out the idea first method that I've been using, but I do find that I'd rather understand the form and worry about swapping out blocks later than be constantly trying to texture as I go. Oops. Now this is tall enough we could probably squeeze in a little bit of cobblestone down here, or maybe even some tuff. And once this is covered up with some grass, it might not look so harsh. takes care of that. Now we just have to go outside on the top. And maybe we'll switch this to andesite as well. Now this is going to have a roof on it, so it's not going to really matter too much. Yeah, like I think I want to put stuff up high like that, but then I get back down here and I'm like, nope, this doesn't work. Not bad. I mean, it's very simple, but not bad. I like the detail with the cobblestone and the tuff. Scotsman says that I tend to frame out, build the shape, but not necessarily even fill in the walls. It's a running joke that I'll build a roof before it has a single wall in place. Yeah, no, I can see that. Yep, that works out there too. We might wrap it around the corner a little bit and add in a little tuff in there. This is getting like closer to like the landscaping part of it when you want to try and, you know, connect things and make it look like it's all one. And this is a steep cliff. That's a pain in the butt. There we go. So like here I'd want to tuck in probably some tuff in there. You know, that's if that stayed. Assuming it will. We would probably fudge that and just leave it empty like that. Or filled in rather. This would just not have anything there. I think I prefer actually the smooth stone through here. Pretty symmetrical. This is a little bit longer, but that's fine. I really don't know what we're going to do for the roof on this. It's going to be very interesting. Tricky with the towers. This might even be too big. What is it? 5, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we might want to. Now we can't really make that too much smaller. Cool. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's very simple, but it's probably for the best. I'm going to go grab some lanterns so that we don't have a death trap up here. When I went back to the keep, what I should have done was empty my grass boxes and stuff. Did I not? I didn't bring them. I do that all the time. I cut stuff off inside the shulker box and forget to take it. So that should help with most of the lighting up here. I'd say even something far along as here. doesn't even have to be there. Could be there. Not quite. So really, we're probably going to end up hanging a lantern on the side of that build. And we end up with just a strip here in the middle. So we will have to add some sort of light source to these. And I don't know if we should... I guess we should probably have something actually out here. This is the solid block. So we could do lanterns mid-bridge like that. I think that gives it a good mood. If anything, I feel like I'm missing another set here at the end. Yeah, it is kind of dark here. I wonder if we could do the same thing here. Or I guess I should put them up higher to mirror the other side. Go get some more. Oh, crap. I've been working in the dark. There's another one over here, I think. Where did you go? Oh, it's the zombie, maybe. You swapped the middle parts of those towers for stairs with the upright brick to the bridge. You could have those act as backs for lanterns on the walls around them, perhaps? I don't know what you mean. Swapped the middle parts of those towers for stairs. Yeah, there's 6 towers, so I don't know which towers you mean. And lanterns. None of the towers have slabs on top of them. Sorry. So it's either up there or down here. And I'm tempted to stick it low. Oh, you mean these slabs? I see what you mean now. Could just move this. But I like that it's on the inside of the build. Try the opposite. I could try putting this in here. No, that takes away from it. I like the I like this better. And maybe, try to mess around with this a little bit. Oops. Just to get it even lower. To try and kind of like mirror what we have down here. I could also try to get more of those mini blocks. Yeah, I definitely like the lower lantern. Don't think I want to put it here. It does look good in terms of the symmetry of everything. Yeah, I like lower is better for sure. Not that. I'm just trying to figure out where lower I want it to be. I don't know if I like that sticking out like that though. I'm wondering if we can do a couple different things here. So if we remove this, remove that. If we put this here. I could put another one of those little blocks here, maybe. Or I could do that. But then there's this problem, but then here all I would do is just extend this. Just so we don't have this weird tangent. Like that. Oh, but then that feels kind of flimsy, doesn't it? Yeah. Maybe we just put them straight on the bridge. Railing like this. Not as fancy. Actually, I'm going to go see if I have any more of these. I don't think I do. I'd have to check the other shulker boxes. No, the lantern will not go on top of a mini block. The mini block is like a player head, unfortunately. I don't think I have any more of the regular bricks. Oh, I do. I got tons. Raining again. I think I like the fact that you see the wall that it's on. I think I like that better. Because what I was thinking is that we could also then take this, just to try to make sure we've got like an echo of the design choices that we made below. Could do that. I don't know, maybe we don't need 2 of these. Maybe we just need the 1. So tempted by the mini blocks when I reach day 500 or 1000. It's a couple of data packs from Vanilla Tweaks. It's the Wandering Trader and the mini block data pack. And I think player heads as well. Or mob heads. Mob heads. Although we don't tend to use that one as much. So the only thing that's weird about this is like this feels not quite as special as I want it to. Although we don't have any texture going on up there either right now, so I shouldn't be too harsh. Too harsh on it. So which do we prefer? The little castle design without the slab or with the slab? I think I like it without. And I think the main reason is because you can see the top of it from this angle. And I think that looks cooler than that. It looks slicker. And this is like blocking a lot of what you're seeing. You know, it comes up into the wall. I think they look unnecessarily tall. And that spawn-proofed the whole thing, I think. Yeah. Definitely gonna need some lights along the road. Without the slab? Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Whoa! You scared the bonkers out of me. So the only thing left, I think, that I want to try is changing this to stone to see if this looks better as stone. So maybe we'll give it like a top layer here. And then everything else underneath here, I'm going to switch. And smooth stone. And then we can, there's a nice tall tower, so we can add our gradient to this, I think. And it'll probably look pretty good. And plus it'll stand out here nicely, although we have to be careful with this. Because we want that to stay. Or maybe we don't. That's a tricky part. No, we definitely want that to stay brick. And that's to say maybe the whole bottom could be brick like that. Nope, let's switch it. This is going to end up being like cobblestone and probably tough and stuff like that too. Because we want to separate it from the rock here on the cliffside. Oh man, I don't know. That might not be a good idea at all. No, I like what we got going on there a lot better. It's worth a go. Worth a go. If I was to section this off, I would say probably about there. Be about there. Where did it go? There it is. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Sometimes with these you want to not have them be evenly split. Sometimes you want to have kind of a slight variation. I'm going to try that there. So 2, and then we'll go longer. Oh, am I not picking these up? I'm not picking these up. Inventory's full. Zero's Minimap is the name of the mod that's been linked in chat for you there. Thanks for asking. I like it a lot. It's a good deal of fun. This is the real treasure. So if we keep these, it might be worth sectioning off the tower like that. And so instead of being even, you can see how having like 2 and then 4 and then another 4, it makes it feel a little bit more intentional. Still not sure about that. Now, I think it's too much of a color change, too much of a contrast, so we might have to try something else. We could also use that opportunity to go a full block in and then get in some of this tuff and this cobble. That could be a nice kind of gradient to have in there. We'll see. Especially because we work in some mossy cobble and stuff because it's wet. But not bad for progress today. Quite happy with that. I need a couple of extra rockets here just so we can get a bird's eye view. Very low on the rockets. somewhere we can see the whole thing. Or most of it. Yeah, I'm liking this. It feels sturdy, but a little bit decorative. I'm not so sure about what we've done there. I like the simplicity of the towers as well. And I mean, I haven't even addressed this. This is something I need to work on a solution for that. I think the thing here is going to be to not have it be so steep. I think I need to raise this tower up higher and have it be a much more shallow slope, straighten it out. And then instead of walking across the top of it, I think we're going to walk inside of it. I think that'll be the solution that I want there. So now we've got the approach coming from the road here. These feel pretty sturdy. It definitely feels like it frames what's happening in the distance. Again, I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't move this over, but that's not to say that I can't move the square. Like, I could move this up if I really wanted to line that up, which I might do. Is that just, it's a little bit off, you know, and it's only like 4 or 5 blocks. I feel like we could translate that over. It would mean moving a bit of this road, but this road kind of meanders unnecessarily. So we could have that be, yeah, there's a double S curve in that. We could just have that be a single S curve and move this square up by 4 blocks. That's probably the best thing to do. Thanks, Cal. Appreciate it. It will look nice and separated in here because we'll have some brown roofs on these, or at the very least deep slate, like some sort of dark roof to separate these from the towers. I think this is going to get a little bit taller, and I think this guy right there is going to be quite a bit taller actually. So that instead of this tower wall going down like that, it's just going to go across, just like that, and then there'll be more happening inside of that. I put a lot of work into the top of that tower, but I think we're going to scrap it. And then as we go down here, it's all lit. I like the tops of these very much. We obviously have to still texture this, and it'll be done at the end. And then that will kind of like, we'll blend it in here so that it has a nice way of continuing, which would be nice. And then at the top there, we'll have a different texture for the road, which will be good. I think we're going to ditch those and we'll leave those. So there might be, yeah, might be some changes there. And this is just not, I don't like that at all. So we're going to fix that. I think maybe what these need, instead of being so tall, I think maybe they need like this step out. So when they get down to like, say here, maybe I'll pop them out by a block and have like some supports to help them feel less boring. Because I'm not entirely sold on the dark kind of like groove that we have on the one on the north. So, but that's the thing. I mean, like you go back and forth, you design one tower, you design another one, you kind of compare them both. And I don't dislike this with the exception of how dark the inside is. So we'll try a couple different things and see what I like more. Obviously we've got some smooth parts here with the cliff. We'll have to finish this off. I think I'm going to make this more of a cliff. Like it might even have an overhang here. So it feels very steep and completely impassable. So that the bridge is your only option. And, yeah, cool. Well, folks, I think that's going to be where I wrap it up for today. I'm going to pass you along to somebody else playing either Minecraft or Minecraft Legends. We'll have to see who's live. But I appreciate you all being here. I'm going to be recording an hour early tomorrow with Pixel Riffs. So that's going to be 9 o'clock my time. That is 1 p.m. UK. So if you're part of the Spawn Chunks Discord, we'll be recording an hour early tomorrow. I will be streaming again on Tuesday. Tuesday is the launch of Minecraft Legends, and it happens to launch at 1 o'clock Atlantic, which is my regular stream time. So my stream on Tuesday will be my first impressions of Minecraft Legends. Pix has played it early, and we've talked about it on the Spawn Chunks podcast, but I have not played it yet. So I'll be doing the tutorial and the campaign for at least the first hour and a bit, and then hopefully we'll be working into some co-op or maybe some PvP co-op, etc. I definitely want to play with friends. I don't want to do the entire stream on my own, so it should be fun. So make sure you don't miss that on Tuesday. I do plan on streaming most days this week at 1 o'clock Atlantic. That's UTC minus 3 hours. So the rest of the week, you can expect that. I don't think there's going to be a stream for me on Monday, even though we're recording the Spawn Chunks early. Johnny still has to edit it later in the day. So the Monday is going to be mostly Spawn Chunks, I think. You can, of course, follow on social media, Joel Duggan, across the board. Check out Patreon. That's one of the best ways to support the stream if you're not already supporting on Twitch, or if you just like a different way, you can check that out. There is a brand new support channel in the Discord that explains all the different ways that you can support, which I very much appreciate it. We'll be doing Lego on Fridays for the foreseeable future because I have a couple of birthday sets that I'll be opening on April 28th, the day before my birthday. My birthday is the 29th. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming on the 29th, so don't miss the 28th stream. That's going to be the big one. Where we're opening and unboxing some mystery Lego sets that I have in my studio. I don't know what they are. They're gifts from lovely, wow, I can't speak today. Generous is the word I'm looking for. Wow. Definitely looking forward to that Friday at the end of the month. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I will be back, like I said, Tuesday is the next day. So thanks so much, everyone. I really appreciate all the support this weekend. Thank you for the subs, for the bits, and thanks for telling your friends. You've done that, right? You've all told friends that they should come and hang out with us. I know you have. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.